Welcome back to Best of the West Ignition. We are ready for our next match. Let's sing it to our ring announcer, Davey Dangerously.
Following contest is scheduled for one fall. Official in charge of this contest, referee Nuck Johnson.
Nuck, fly as shut your mouth.
I must admit, the man has style.
Yes, he does.
Introducing first, from Detroit Rock City,
He has a very long introduction. Well, here comes Owen Travers. Still relatively new to Best of the West, calls himself the Chief, and as you can see, he can move.
7 years of capoeira training. 7 years. That's why one of the reasons they call him the Chief.
He looks like he's dropped a little bit of weight since his last appearance here at Best of the West. From what I understand, he's upped his conditioning, his flexibility, making him even more of a threat in the ring.
And you can thank me any moment now when you see his opponent.
Well, I have to say, I'm very excited to see Chris Bey here at Best of the West. This should be an outstanding match.
See, he bowed to me. He's very respectful.
Yeah,
unlike you.
I'm sure that's exactly what he did. This should be an outstanding athletic contest. Owen Travers, Chris Bey, two of the hottest young stars here at Best of the West. Really anywhere for that matter.
You might wish to have a finger on the pause button for this one. The action will be intense, and you might miss something.
Yeah, don't blink in this one.
This I'm anticipating.
Yeah! What about this side?
The mind games have started already. Owen Travers owning this crowd, making sure that Chris Bey hears it.
Let me hear this
Make
side.
clear, he has this crowd in the palm of his hand. Both these men feed off the energy of the crowd.
Second. That one guy's thrilled. He's thrilled.
One man still has a lot of enthusiasm. Must credit him that.
Now Chris Bey pointing out that guy individually, and he's thrilled. Huge pop from that guy.
I can't say I approve of all the pandering, but
Really? You of all people don't approve of the pandering?
certainly not. These bovines do not deserve a shred of their respect.
Wow.
These are seasoned athletes. These are the people that they came to see.
Do you ever wonder why you don't have a lot of friends?
I have friends. I have
How much do you
parties,
pay
they're
them?
full. Hush up, we're watching the
Your
match.
Tinder matches do not count as friends.
We're watching a scientific wrestling contest between two skilled competitors.
Indeed
You
we
don't need
are.
to make it about me.
Beautiful headlock takeover from Owen Travers. It's got that low center of gravity. 1, 2. Chris Bey, the taller of the two, but also at a weight disadvantage. But I dare say the quicker of the two, but do not discount Owen Travers when it comes to quickness. As we saw during his entrance, he can go.
Indeed, I consider this quite evenly matched between the two. I would concede Bey likely the quicker of the two, Travers likely the stronger, but
Look at that, though, that athleticism. Look at him.
this
Little something to think about, and then that capoeira stance. And how about a kick right to the chest, but a nip up brushes it off.
Chris Bey not sure quite what to make of this.
Quick takedown, Chris Bey creating some separation. Owen Travers follows him in. Answers with one of his own. Shoulders up. Other shoulders up. Double bridge. Big little trash talking happening right there. Beautiful arm drag, and out goes Owen Travers, taking a moment to...
I've seen Chris Bey crash and burn with these maneuvers before. This could be a risky strategy in what could be a contest of inches.
Getting this crowd behind us. Chris Bey off the ropes. Just kidding. Rolls through. Couple push-ups. He's not warmed up yet. Couple push-ups to get the blood flowing. Oh, what arm push-ups!
What a show! Travers looks less than impressed, to put it mildly.
A couple jumping jacks. Why not?
Good ball.
He's been working on his cardio. One arm push-up. Nope.
It's okay. Capoeira is mostly a kicking martial art. He doesn't need as much upper body strength. It's fine.
Test of strength, perhaps. I don't know. Oh, yeah. Well, I thought that was going to be almost an easy win for Owen Travers. As I said, the bigger, stronger of the two. Not taller, though, so perhaps it could have gone either way. But nonetheless, a kick right to the midsection puts a stop to that test of strength real quick.
Bey collapsing on the ground. That might have taken most of the wind out of his lungs.
Falls him in, does Chris Bey. Southpaw clothesline takes him down. Beautiful one-legged drop kick.
Measuring.
Great velocity comes that elbow right to the point of the jaw. Owen Travers slides, reverses the Irish whip, stops the boot to the face from happening, catches the second one, rolls through, ducks the enziguri. Has him in a waist lock.
Slowing the pace down.
Beautiful German suplex right on the top of his head. Rolls him to the center of the ring. There's two and only two, says referee Niko.
This is what you have to do when you have an opponent with the speed advantage. You have to find a way to slow him down. After that neck, rear chin lock, keeping the knee a little lower to the base of the spine.
Owen Travers, a little bit too much space, I think, with that rear chin lock. Chris Bey able to find an escape. Now with punches to the midsection, misses with a roundhouse kick, shoved into the ropes. Drop kick right in the bush, and a nip up to boot.
That was a deep drop kick. A lot of force went into his face.
Into the cover. There's two and only two.
And Travers looks like he believed he had the victory there. It was a hard hit to the head. It could have ended, but Bey just a little too resilient.
An even harder stare on his face in the direction of Chris Bey. I think you're right. He was certain that was it with a perfectly placed drop kick. There's one now to the base of the neck, perhaps between the shoulder blades. Another cover. Two and only two. This match continues, but again, Owen Travers going back to a submission maneuver, slowing the pace down and making Chris Bey ache.
Travers appears as chosen to target the neck. Always a solid choice. You control the neck, you control the head, you control the body, you can dictate the entire match.
Nuck in perfect position to hear Chris Bey gives it up. I have a hard time believing, though, that there is any quit whatsoever in Chris Bey, who is having perhaps the best few months of his career. Belly to back suplex, center of the ring. Owen Travers hops right back up.
Damage being done to him. Barely moving at points.
Look at the height on that leg drop. 1, 2, and no. Only 2.
They call Owen Travers the Chief. That stands for charismatic, high-flying, innovative, extraordinary, and fearless. He is demonstrating all of these qualities this evening.
This crowd liking what they're seeing a great deal. Owen Travers, nobody home, almost landed on the back of his head.
Took a little too long with the crowd there.
Wow, he got all of that kick.
Calls that the Chris kick.
Follows it up with a couple single leg drop kicks.
Travers is rocked down with the ropes.
Huge elbow finds its mark.
Where is Bey getting the second win from?
Backflip, lands on his feet, kick to the sternum and to the side of the head. You can hear the smack echo throughout Hanford. A somersault neck breaker, a couple crunches. There's 1, 2, and no! Kick out the last second.
That showboating may have cost him. If he just went for the cover, he would have won right there. He had Travers on wobbly legs, hit him with that neck breaker, but then he had to take the extra second for glory.
Well, that's one of the reasons why Chris Bey is as good as he is. He is having, as I said, one of the best years of his career, and
one of the best years I've seen in California for anybody.
Oh my God, a flurry of strikes. Going for a headbutt. He got it! But I think Owen Travers.
Travers, the harder-headed of the two, that displayed tonight.
Beautiful standing moonsault.
That's the agility
1,
of Travers.
2, and only 2. And now the frustration strewn across the face of Owen Travers, who was absolutely convinced it was over.
That's the agility of Travers that we mentioned earlier. Not just the powerhouse, but quite high-flying and quick in his own right.
Chris Bey needing the ropes to get himself up on his feet as Owen Travers rings the arm. Irish whip reverse leapfrog. Oh! Caught him with an ace crusher. Out of nowhere. 1, 2, and no! Again, only 2.
I would have put money down that was the end, but my goodness.
You would have lost money on that bet.
Indeed, I would have. Travers digging deep. This is an exceptional matchup between two extraordinary athletes.
Absolutely. And a nip up, center of the ring. Owen Travers on Dream Street right now, and Chris Bey looking to put this one away.
Looking for something, Travers in the corner.
Travers now, backdrop over the side. No, lands on his feet. Kick right to the face. And now Owen Travers wants to go up top.
Chris Bey is some distance away. He will have to fly far if he wants to land on Bey from there.
3/4 of the way across the ring is Chris Bey. Owen Travers off the top. Double axe caught. Spine buster, horseman style.
Look at the power for that spine buster. How did Chris Bey find that reserve of strength to lift a man of Travers' size?
Well, he's going up to the top. It's his turn to go to the high rent district.
Travers reaching.
There's a flex. Huge frog splash. 1, 2, 3. Chris Bey victorious.
Make it, boy, gotta make it. You can save it, and I ain't gotta shake it. Everything lined up for the ticket.
Chris Bey with a beautiful frog splash that was up in the rafters of the Hanford Civic Auditorium, enough to put Owen Travers down for 3. And the momentum keeps rolling for Chris Bey.
Chris Bey having perhaps the best year of any breakout star I've seen. 2017 Young Lions Cup champion. Now 2018, he looks to make it his year to escalate all the way to the top.
Sign of respect from Chris Bey, reciprocated by Owen Travers. And I find myself saying this a lot about the talent here at Best of the West. But these two, their brightest years are in front of them. Perhaps in their prime right now. They are absolutely tearing it up. But the 1, 2, 3 tonight goes to Chris Bey.
Oh, what sportsmanship. It's all so friendly and nice. I'm going to vomit.
Chris Bey victorious at Best of the West Ignition. Little showboating never hurt nobody as he soaks in the adulation from this crowd. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back with more Best of the West Ignition.
Connected to a higher power, high, no, cause I don't write this shit. I think it might be.
Best of the West fans, this is J.R. Kratos, and you are now tuned in to Best of the West.
Well, welcome back to Best of the West Ignition. AJ Kirsch and Alexander G. Bernard at ringside. Remind me what the G stands for again?
Your acting general manager for the evening.
Acting starts with A, though.
It's close enough.
Okay.
They made me put the qualifier for legal reasons.
Of course they did.
Now let us not take away from this Biagio Crescenzo.
Oh, don't act like you care about this match. You're in a shameless quest for more power here at Best of the West.
I care deeply about Monsieur Biagio.
Do tell.
He is a young talent who has been held down by the old guard, much as I have been held down by Monsieur Brandon Pinion. I can relate very highly to his story.
Well, I will give him this. He has been one of the fastest rising stars here at Best of the West. I'm not really sure I understand him. Like, he just has a very odd, kind of unsettling demeanor about him. And I'm just not entirely convinced that he's all there.
Personally, I find the man charming.
Well, it's his nickname. His nickname is Charming.
I know, I'm very clever, aren't I?
You're astounding. Absolutely astounding. Well, I say it every time I see him in action, but I truly believe his best years are ahead of him. Very young in the business.
I feel like he's unlocking a meaner part of himself in these battles he's had with his former trainer, Robby Phoenix. I feel like he's unlocked a deeper part of himself than he ever did under the tutelage of Phoenix.
Well, I hate to agree with you, but I kind of do. I mean, there comes a time when it's, you know, you have to break away from the person who broke you in, so to speak.
Indubitably.
As we await the arrival of his opponent. Speaking of Biagio's trainer, he is his opponent here tonight, Robby Phoenix, with some 20 plus years in this illustrious business, and it looks like he's wasting no time whatsoever. Referee Steven Landis has yet to officially call for the bell, and Biagio is already trotting away.
Biagio was intelligent. Robby Phoenix was clearly planning to attack before the bell in an illegal maneuver, and Biagio did not allow him to get the jump on him.
It's smart for Biagio to have eyes in the back of his head.
Robby Phoenix is a seasoned veteran. You can certainly not take that away from him.
Oh, no, not at all. In fact, that's one of the reasons why he is one of the most, I think, underrated competitors here at Best of the West, is because as a wily veteran, he can sneak a victory out of the jaws of defeat at any given moment.
This man knows more pinning combinations likely than you or I put together.
Get him back, do your job.
Biagio Crescenzo demanding that Robby Phoenix give him space. He's just giving him as much space as he possibly can right now. Robby Phoenix in the opposite corner.
He could get out of the ring. That would be a nice gesture.
Oh, yes.
Given the ring to Biagio, as he deserves at such a stage. Does he? I would say so. He has all the potential in the world, and all he needs is that opportunity.
Well, true, but potential does not put food on the table. Victories put food on the table. Robby Phoenix has been eating, breathing, and sleeping professional wrestling for 20 years.
And all Biagio needs is that time. Again, allowing this match to begin at his own pace, not allowing Phoenix to get the first shot in. Very intelligent move.
It was a wise tactic. Now chasing around the ring. Biagio misses with the clothesline. Drop down. Round off. A roll through from Biagio. Robby Phoenix into the ropes. Underneath with the leapfrog. Rolls through. Biagio up to his feet. Rolls around, head scissor takeover, and beautifully executed.
And the first maneuver goes to Biagio.
And another impressive takeover.
Biagio getting the better of Phoenix here. But look at the way that these maneuvers are being executed. The speed at which these counters are being done. That's what happens when you have people that know each other as well as a teacher-student relationship.
Biagio's going to have to count on his speed. Definitely the quicker of the two. But I don't know if any amount of speed can make up for that unbelievable wealth of knowledge that Robby Phoenix has accumulated over the past 20 years.
Agreed. Biagio's speed is going to be the difference maker. You'll notice that's why Robby Phoenix switches to grabbing a hold. Slow the pace down. Side headlock applies the full body weight to the chin and neck. You control the neck, you control the body. Robby Phoenix making sure he is in control of this match.
Steven Landis officiating this contest in perfect position to see if Biagio gives it up. It's going to take more than a side headlock. I don't care how long you've been in the business.
I've seen men pass out to a side headlock when properly applied.
Beautiful pinning combination. There's 1, 2, and a kick out at 2. Needs to have some backslide attempts. Gets it. 1, 2, and again only 2.
Phoenix going for the cover himself.
Maestro on cradle. There's another 2, and cannot hold him for 3.
Trading covers back and forth. And Phoenix with a straight right to the jaw.
Yeah, it's all
That was uncalled for.
it's all catch as catch. Really, I thought you'd appreciate a closed fist straight to the jaw. You've always been one for bending the rules.
It's a wrestling contest. It's a sport of kings.
Hip toss attempt and telegraph that one, perhaps a little too obvious for the sake of Robby Phoenix, who turns it into a beautiful arm drag. There's a Japanese arm drag. Deep arm drag from Robby Phoenix, who finds himself back in control.
Do you note some of these unusual and innovative counters that Phoenix is using? Do you believe he's dipping into a bag of tricks that perhaps he hasn't shown Biagio in the past?
I would not be surprised if Robby Phoenix had a bag of tricks that none of us have seen yet. As a veteran, he's well aware of the need to continue to diversify his offense for these up-and-comers here at Best of the West.
Deep hold in that arm bar.
Biagio trying to roll through, does so, up to his feet. And there's a receipt, if you will.
Tit for tat from that punch from earlier. And now Biagio is regaining his confidence.
He's got to be careful, though, that he doesn't get overconfident. The second you experience a lapse in concentration against the likes of Robby Phoenix, that could be the end of the match in a hurry. As you just saw, he hesitated for a second. Robby Phoenix answered with a pair of punches.
Those might have knocked some of his beautiful teeth right out of his mouth.
Yeah. But a huge clothesline takes down
Diving
Robby
clothesline.
Phoenix. 1, 2, and only 2, says referee Stephen Landis.
It's dangerous when you get the jump in with a clothesline like that. It bypasses the chin entirely. Can go right for the throat, cut out the wind for Phoenix. Appears the neck might be the target.
Well, he's making Robby Phoenix now wrestle at his pace. I'm not sure if it's the wisest move for Biagio to slow this match down, because I feel like that is a pace that Robby Phoenix is far more comfortable with than
I'm
Biagio.
inclined to agree. Robby Phoenix has the weight and possibly strength advantage in this. Chain wrestling might not be the best friend to Biagio. However, he's got this chin lock in deep, and he has the knee applied directly to the neck. That can straight up move the neck from the skull where those connect.
Robby Phoenix, though, he's getting his crowd behind him. Elbow to the midsection. There's 2, make it 3. Sends Biagio into the corner. Biagio up and over, beautiful athleticism, and a kick right to the face.
Looked like toes to temple from what I saw. That could have knocked out Phoenix
Rolls
on his
through.
feet.
And a knee now right to the face. You're right, I think he's targeting the neck, the face. There's a roaring forearm in the corner.
Look at how Phoenix is slouched.
Biagio, he's got to stop asking the crowd if they want to see whatever it is, giving Phoenix enough time to follow him in. But a side slam in the center of the ring into the cover. 1, 2, and there's only 2.
Just a 2 count, but impressive power from Biagio, managing to catch Phoenix. It seems like he might be slowing down a little bit as this match wears on, as he takes damage to his neck.
Well, again, he's got him in that vice. He had him in a chin lock earlier, and after a flurry of kicks in the corner, he is clearly targeting the head and neck of Robby Phoenix. And if you're going after a veteran in professional wrestling, I don't know that there is a smarter place to target than the head and neck.
Now, to the owners of Best of the West Wrestling, I like to use this match as an example of how fair I can be. Both asked for the match, so I provided. Thank you.
Wow, way to put yourself over. Shameless. Absolutely shameless.
Don't need shame when you're as great as
Pulls
I
him
am.
up for not even an ear fall. I think Biagio, he got that kick. Robby Phoenix tried to block it. There's a cover. 1, 2, and a kick out of 2. And Biagio goes flying. Didn't expect quite such a vehement kick out from Robby Phoenix.
Phoenix managed to duck the first kick, not the second. Perhaps something that Biagio has been working on these past few months while the two have been apart.
Biagio off the ropes. Elbow right to the sternum.
And again, everything comes down to wind.
Nice little springboard leg drop. There's a 2 count, only 2. And Biagio clearly getting frustrated. He's got to keep his head in the game and focus the assault on the head and neck of Robby Phoenix.
Phoenix working his way back to his feet.
Oh my God.
Now that he has a vertical base, he's unleashing some nasty chops.
Robby Phoenix, though, he's got to be worried about punching himself out. There's another knee right to the face. Phoenix literally against the ropes. Backdropped over the top, no. Biagio finds his balance. Shoulder to the midsection.
The speed at which Biagio moves, so impressive. Manages to find a way to get back on top of all these scenarios. And this is dangerous out here on the apron.
Absolutely no give on that part of the ring. Biagio's got him hooked for something.
Make a bad landing on that apron, it can take you out. Oh!
DDT on the ring apron. The ring didn't give an inch.
Can take you out not just for the match, but for the whole month, and my goodness, that might have done it.
Biagio may be out cold.
I don't see him moving on the floor there. Just heavy breathing.
Referee land us up to 5. In the ring goes Biagio, but you see Robby Phoenix spaghetti-legged on the outside.
Moving very slowly. He's taking a lot of damage.
Cover. 2 and again only 2.
That could have been it. If it hadn't taken him so long due to all the damage he had incurred earlier, if he could have gotten him right back in the ring, that likely would have been the end of the match.
For Robby Phoenix, though, I mean, he is stoic in every one of his matches, but by now he's got to be feeling the effects of those knees, those kicks right to the temple over and over again. Biagio blocking the clothesline. There's another clubbing blow to the back of the neck. Has him hooked. 1, 2, his feet are on the ropes, and that's enough for the 3 count.
I'm sorry, I was watching the shoulders. Did something happen?
Yes, something happened. Biagio just stole one out from underneath his trainer, using the bottom rope for additional leverage. The referee didn't see it. You claim to not have seen it. Everyone in this building saw it happen except
I
you and the referee.
I saw a very deep cover, so I was watching those shoulders. You have to keep a sharp eye on the referees to make sure they are counting accurately. And I saw a solid count from the referee.
Do you know why it was such a deep cover? It's because his feet were on the bottom ropes, which, if I'm not mistaken, is in fact illegal.
Robby Phoenix charging after Crescenzo. He is not happy with his loss.
Crescenzo sprinting to the back. Robby Phoenix giving chase. We'll be right back with more Best of the West Ignition.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Referee Wiggles, and you're watching Best of the West Ignition.
Let me talk to you. All around the world, it's the same song. It doesn't matter where you go. It's Eli Drake, and the face has become synonymous with this title right here. Because no matter where I go, you put it this way, that means I'm just turning the world upside down. So when I come here to Fresno, when I come anywhere and it's Best of the West, you got to recognize that the best is Eli Eli Drake. And as far as I can see, the best of the West, man, I thought it was supposed to be the best. And if it is the best, then why is nobody giving me the run for this, man? Why is nobody trying to cement their legacy? Why is nobody able to make that name and come up and be the guy to stand up, to look me eye to eye and say, hey, man, I think I've actually got...
Hey, man.
Yeah?
Yeah. You want competition?
Yeah.
You want competition?
Are you it?
I'm it.
You're it.
Me.
You.
I'm it.
Wait a minute.
I'm it.
Wait a minute, but you're a tag team guy though, right?
Yeah, you know, I do a little tag team.
Okay.
I also can do singles as well.
Okay, that's fine.
I can also do singles as well.
I tell you what, when you don't have to rely on your partner to win the match, I tell you what, you come and hit me up, right? Yeah.
When I don't have to rely on my partner. When I don't have to rely on my partner.
Got it.
What was that? What's that about, man? Does he have a tag team partner? I mean, what's that about, man? Like,
Let me
routine,
get,
bro.
Let me get this. I need this. Let me get this.
You,
Let me get this.
okay.
Hold on, I got this. Hold on. Did you guys enjoy that? There's a pressing issue that's going on, and I need to address it. There's a guy in the back. He's not here right now. He's too busy being a superstar. Who thinks there's no competition here in Best of the West. He thinks he's the big fish. And I'm gonna let him know right now that he's not the biggest fish in the pond in the back. And that goes to you, Mr. Eli Drake. You think I'm just some tag team wrestler, huh? Is that what you think? You don't think I can handle my own business? No offense to you, man. I know we're champs and whatnot, dude, but let me handle this. Let me deal with this. Let me put that chump in his place. So you guys all know about the pay-per-view, right? That's coming up in March at Fresno City College. I've been in this company since day freaking one. And I swear I'm not gonna let a chump like you, Eli Drake, come in here and think you're the biggest fish. So I challenge you, if you got the balls, to face me at the pay-per-view. 1-on-1. Yeah. I gotta do this, man. I gotta teach that guy a lesson. And you know it. I gotta do it, man. I gotta do it.
Welcome back to Best of the West Ignition. Let's send it to our ring announcer, Davey Dangerously.
Following contest is scheduled for one fall. It is a fatal four-way where the winner will get an opportunity at the Best of the West Year 2 pay-per-view for the ladder match for the Best of the West West Coast Championship.
AJ Kirsch at ringside. Some huge implications in this match. A spot on the 2-year anniversary pay-per-view in a match that could take someone straight to the West Coast Championship. Referee
Nut Johnson in control of this match. And here comes one half of the Best of the West Tag Team Champions. One half of S&M. Of course, he is the M in S&M. Marcus Eriks. And as we just saw, he and Sledge taking somewhat different paths as we are really close to the Best of the West 2-year anniversary pay-per-view. Of course, that's Saturday, March 17th at Fresno City College. Already, I can't believe it's already been 2 years of Best of the West. Marcus Eriks and Sledge finding themselves in different matches, pursuing different goals, heading into the biggest Best of the West show of all time. Here comes Niko, who's claiming that it is his time, and already getting showered in boos from this crowd at ringside. Niko and Wise Guy working together, one of the most dangerous forces in all of Best of the West. Niko, though, never quite able to escape the shadow of a Wise Guy. At this point in his career, I think he realizes that he is stronger with Wise Guy than he is without him. And Wise Guy, conspicuous by his absence in this match. We know he is in the building, but clearly not at ringside. Here come the Midnight Marvels, Spyder Warrior. Hair a little shorter than we're used to seeing, and of course his tag team partner, Damian Drake in the red. Excuse me, Damian Drake in blue. Spyder Warrior in red. Oh, and Niko from behind. Not even letting them get their entrance in. Now be sure to like Best of the West on Facebook. It's at BOT West. Of course, Twitter and Instagram are both BOTW Wrestling. Be sure to like and follow on social media, and if you're watching, use hashtag BOTW. Slap to the face from Niko. Marcus Eriks answers with the right hand. And these two just starting it out by slugging it out in the center of the ring. We saw Damian Drake peeking over the apron on the outside. Niko with a head of steam. A low bridge, and out goes Niko to the outside. Oh! Kick right to the face. Great tandem offense, and Marcus Eriks dumped over to the outside as well. Midnight Marvels getting this crowd behind him. There goes Damian Drake flying over the top on top of both Niko and Marcus Eriks. Throwing caution to the wind, a beautiful somersault plancha over the top, and there's a crotch chop for good measure, mocking Niko. Now, as the ring announcer Davey Dangerously said, this is a fatal four-way. This is not a tag team match, so it was only a matter of time until the Midnight Marvels were going to have to square off. Spyder Warrior catches himself in the ropes. We've seen that before, but Damian Drake hung up a little bit, able to stop himself, skins the cat. Unbelievable athleticism to get himself back in the ring. Waits for his tag team partner to turn around, but right now they are opponents. Underneath goes Spyder Warrior, kick to the midsection, and an uppercut right underneath the chin. Niko recovering in the corner. Marcus Eriks still on the outside. Up and over goes Damian Drake. A kick to the midsection by Spyder Warrior. Has Damian hooked. Headlock takeover. Thought he was going to get him with the bulldog. There's a Japanese arm drag and a nip up. Double drop kick. Both men with the same idea and a stalemate. Unbelievable athleticism from these two, but Niko just used Spyder Warrior to take out his own tag team partner. Belly to back suplex dumps him right on the back of his head. From behind though, Marcus Eriks with a roll up, 1, 2, and Nuck Johnson with only a 2 count as Niko beats Marcus Eriks to the punch. Niko and Wise Guy oftentimes teaming up together, but those two are also on different paths as we head into the Best of the West 2-year pay-per-view. And right now, Niko hammering away on Marcus Eriks. Knee drop right to the forehead, rolls through. And now demanding that Marcus Eriks get up, saying that it's his time. If I were Niko, I would not waste any time yelling at Marcus Eriks. I would put a beating down on him so I can roll into the 2-year pay-per-view with some momentum. Niko misses, nobody home for that splash. Marcus Eriks with a clothesline in the corner brings Niko out to the center of the ring. Missile drop kick connecting right to the chest. 1, 2, and Spyder Warrior able to break it up just in the nick of time. Discus chop right to the face. Off the ropes goes Spyder Warrior. Marcus caught him. Fireman's carry. What's he going to do with him? Oh! Lifts him up over his head into a lung blower. There's 1, 2, and then that time, Damian Drake able to break up the pinfall before kicking Niko right in the mouth. Gets nailed in the face. Marcus Eriks answers with one of his own, and once again we have ourselves a good old-fashioned slugfest in the middle of the ring. A kick takes down Marcus Eriks. Damian Drake going one way, ends up going back the other way, but gets caught with an elbow right to the face. Into the cover, there's 1, 2, and Spyder Warrior able to break it up. Remember, this is one fall to a finish. This is not an elimination matchup. Marcus needs eyes in the back of his head, sends Niko underneath the bottom rope back to the outside. Marcus sends in Spyder Warrior, who stops himself with the kick to the midsection, hooks up Marcus Eriks. Marcus Eriks now with a couple strikes to the midsection, able to get him over with a vertical suplex, but Marcus Eriks, you can see him holding his ribs. His ribs are in bad shape right now. The look on his face is any indication. Spyder Warrior ducks the clothesline, goes the other way. Up and over from behind. And there's a lung blower of his own. Right to the shoulder blades. Could have cracked a scapula. A knee right to the face. Niko has no idea where he is right now. Spyder Warrior tying up Niko in all kinds of knots right here. He's got him tied into the ropes. Niko unable to free himself. Niko, his hands, his fingers must be all knotted up right now. He can't even move. Marcus Eriks underneath the double clothesline answers with one of his own. Kick to the back, right to the spine. Basement clothesline to Damian Drake. Well-placed elbow right to the kidneys of Spyder Warrior. There's a cover. Nuck in position, but only 2. Niko able to free himself finally, and just in time. Niko hooks up Marcus Eriks. This could be a fisherman suplex. No! 1, 2, and both Midnight Marvels able to interrupt the 3 count. Flying forearm to Niko, who is out on his feet in the corner. Sent to the other side. Tries to backdrop Damian Drake, who's able to regain his balance. There's a kick to the back. A code breaker to the face. Niko is on Dream Street. Huge power bomb from Marcus Eriks, who does not go for the cover. I have to question that decision unless he's already thinking that he has to take out everybody before he can even start a pinning attempt. Let's carry on Damian Drake. Able to counter that elevated lung blower. There's a huge punch. Right hand right to the face. Off the ropes goes Damian Drake. Oh no! Just took out Spyder Warrior with that knee. I think Marcus Eriks may have pulled Spyder Warrior into harm's way. There's that fireman's carry. Around he goes and into an ace crusher. All alone in the ring. 1, 2, and 3. Marcus Eriks is going to the 2-year pay-per-view for a shot at the West Coast Championship. Marcus Eriks has earned himself a spot at the 2-year anniversary pay-per-view. What is sure to be an absolutely epic ladder match, and he may be walking out of Fresno City College with even more gold than he has right now. He is one half of the Best of the West Tag Team Champions, but after Saturday, March 17th, Fresno, California, he could be walking away with the West Coast Championship. Marcus Eriks, all smiles, and he should be, after a hell of a victory here on Best of the West, Ignition. Midnight Marbles helping each other up. Damian Drake, I'm sure, feels guilty for smashing his tag team partner in the back of the head with that knee, but all's fair in a fatal four-way. There are no friends. Spyder Warrior would have done the exact same thing, and that's nice of Damian Drake to help him out. We'll be right back with more Best of the West Ignition. Careful.
Let me talk to you. Right now you're watching Best of the West Wrestling and it's Eli Drake. Don't be a dummy. Keep it right here. That's not an insult. That is just a fact of life. Yeah.
Welcome back to Best of the West Ignition. Kenny K, the last spine bender, already in the ring. Yelling something in German, so I don't really know what he's saying. And here comes the California Black Sheep, Mike Rayne. Absolutely convinced that it is his destiny to walk away from this 2-year anniversary pay-per-view with the Best of the West Heavyweight Championship currently held by Funnybone, and Kenny K wondering what the hell Mike Rayne's doing out here.
Now, I'm not out here for you, but if we're all taking turns airing our grievances to Brandon Pinion, then I got something to say.
Mike Rayne addressing Brandon Pinion, Best of the West.
I see a very valid point in what
Commissioner.
you got to say, and I agree with it. 2 months ago, I lost my heavyweight title match versus Funnybone due to poor officiating when my hand was holding the bottom rope. So last month, I drove Funnybone through 2 chairs, head first, not once, but twice. And your demigod of death is at home licking his wounds. Because as I told you all, I see behind the mask, I see behind the demon, and I will break Funnybone for that heavyweight title. But since he's not here tonight, and since we're airing our grievances, Brandon Pinion, why don't you come down here and declare a forfeit, since Funnybone didn't have the guts to show up and face the man who left him a broken mess.
Mike Rayne demanding that Brandon Pinion come to this ring. Says if people are airing their grievances, he has a grievance. And here comes Brandon Pinion, the Best of the West Commissioner. He looks none too pleased.
You know, I keep hearing you guys say my name out of your mouth. I'm tired of you guys thinking you run the show. You want a match one-on-one with Virgil Flynn? You don't make the rules around here. Brandon Pinion does. That's nothing to do, Kenny K. Look, you want your hands on Virgil Flynn? You're going to get your hands on Virgil Flynn, but it's not going to be one-on-one. You'll get your shot at his title next month at year 2. As for you, Mike Rayne, is that all you remember about the times that you beat somebody up? What about all the times that you cheated? Do you remember that in this building? Because quite frankly, I'm pretty sure these people remember the last time you cheated here. So you know what? You two better start talking and figuring something out, because it's going to be you two against these 2 guys tonight. So get it straight.
Brandon Pinion, I guess you're putting Kenny K and Mike Rayne together as a tag team. I mean, they're both in the ring, so why not? And what in the hell? Oh my God, is that who I think it is? It's Virgil Flynn III, the reigning Best of the West West Coast champion.
Introducing first, he is the Best of the West West Coast champion, Virgil Flynn.
Oh my God, I knew it. It's Jekyll's the Jester. One of the most genuinely unsettling competitors I have seen here at Best of the West or anywhere. Jekyll's the Jester, one of the toughest competitors I've ever seen His smile is painted on his face. I don't like it. I don't like it. It's just way creepier than it needs to be. And how Virgil Flynn and Jekyll's the Jester ended up teaming together tonight, I'll never know. Maybe they were telling each other jokes in the back. I don't know. I have no idea. But nonetheless, Kenny K, Mike Rayne, both are not happy about the idea of facing Virgil Flynn III and Jekyll's the Jester. Actually, these two kind of mirror Kenny K and Mike Rayne in that Kenny K, not afraid to fly, very comfortable taking to the skies, just as is Virgil Flynn. And Mike Rayne, one of the most punishing competitors that the West Coast has ever seen, but the exact same could be said for Jekyll's the Jester. Virgil Flynn, of course, defending the West Coast Championship in a ladder match at the Best of the West 2-year pay-per-view on Saturday, March the 17th, Fresno City College. Eli Drake is going to be there. Cowboy James Storm is going to be there. Of course, I'm facing Steven Tresario, but I choose not to address that at this time. But it will be happening. The card is absolutely stacked, and Mike Rayne is definitely apprehensive to start off against Jekyll's the Jester. Tags in the last spine bender, Kenny K, who I guess has yet to receive the memo that he's not supposed to be wrestling in sunglasses. Of course, he takes the shirt off, but still has the sunglasses. Collar and elbow tie-up, center of the ring, and look at the straight. Jekyll's just lifted Kenny K off his feet in a collar and elbow tie-up. Oh my God! The strength of Jekyll's is, oh, that's just, oh God, I hate. Do we have to keep the camera on him like all the time? He's even creepier when he actually opens his mouth with that painted on face. Kenny K, those sunglasses not doing any favors from hiding the fear in his face right now. Another tie-up in the center of the ring. I don't know if that was a wise move, as Jekyll's immediately backs Kenny K into the ropes. Jekyll's clearly the bigger, the stronger of the two. Kenny K hanging on the ropes for dear life, decides to take a powder and perhaps rethink his strategy, as that fan is very enthusiastic about calling Kenny K a chicken. Jekyll's beckoning to Kenny K to enter the ring. Referee Joseph Wise definitely going to have his hands full with this contest. Boot right to the face, and Kenny K with a glazed look in his eye tags in the West Coast champion, flying Virgil Flynn III, who looks like he's wasting no time in living up to his namesake. A well-placed punch to Kenny K, who instinctively retreats toward his corner to try to make a tag, when Virgil wisely bringing him back to the center of the ring on the opposite side. Shoots him off the ropes. Kenny K reverses. Forearm right to Virgil Flynn. Kenny K followed him all the way into the ropes. Nowhere for Virgil Flynn to go. And just like that, the tables have turned. Kick to the ribs from Mike Rayne to Virgil Flynn III. And heaves him 6 or 7 feet in the air and almost halfway across the ring. An unbelievable heel from Mike Rayne. That was unbelievable. Oh God, and a chop right to the chest. And Kenny K can barely look. And now with the referee distracted, Kenny K getting some cheap shots in. Jekyll's taking exception, trying to interject himself, and referee Joseph Wise holding Jekyll's back. K now mocking this crowd. Kenny K would be wise to keep the pressure on Virgil Flynn. Do not give him a second to regroup. Beautiful Tiger backbreaker. 1, 2, and only 2, says Joseph Wise. Of course, that's what Kenny K is known for. Those beautiful, innovative backbreakers that just seem to come out of nowhere. Oh, Kenny K now wrenching on the fingers of Virgil Flynn. Virgil just writhing in pain. He's going to tear that finger out of the socket. Tag to Mike Rayne. I mean, he's looking at Virgil Flynn, but I got to be thinking he's envisioning Funnybone. Mike Rayne and Funnybone have a date with Destiny for the Best of the West Heavyweight Championship. Saturday, March the 17th at Fresno City College. And a beautiful vertical suplex. Virgil looks like he doesn't know what hit him. There's 1, 2, and only 2. This crowd trying to get behind Virgil Flynn the third. On the receiving end of a snapmare, and now a chin lock from Mike Rayne, trying to slow it down, trying to ground Virgil Flynn the third. As I said earlier, Virgil most comfortable and most dangerous when he is up in the air, flying off the top rope. If Mike Rayne can ground Virgil Flynn, Mike Rayne can wrestle Mike Rayne's match. Virgil with some elbows to the midsection, trying to break that hold. The hold is broken. Virgil off the ropes, ducks a clothesline, spinning heel kick. Caught him with the side of his knee. 1, 2, and right shoulder up at 2.5. Drags Virgil Flynn over to Kenny K. Virgil, the smallest competitor in this match. But what Virgil lacks in size, he makes up for with explosive athleticism. But if Mike Rayne and Kenny K can continue to take away the vertical base and keep Virgil Flynn on the mat, I think it's only a matter of time until Virgil's going to be put down for a count of 3. Kitchen sink to the midsection. Into the cover, but not a hook of the leg. Jekyll's trying to break it up and able to stop himself before striking his own tag team partner. We see Kenny K dragging Virgil over to his corner. We saw Mike Rayne do that moments ago. It's just sound tag team wrestling. Isolating your opponent in your corner. Frequent tags. Virgil off the ropes. Around he goes. Spikes Kenny K with a DDT. Kenny K looked like an exclamation point. And Mike Rayne with a cheap shot with both competitors down. Jekyll's again trying to get in the ring, trying to point out the cheap and underhanded tactics of Mike Rayne, but all he's doing is diverting the referee's attention. This crowd getting behind Virgil Flynn. Kenny K and Virgil are nose to nose. Can barely stand either of them. Kenny K misses with a clothesline. Virgil off the ropes. Huge calf kick right to the jaw. Kenny K, though, you see him grabbing at the ankle of Virgil Flynn. And Mike Rayne again from behind, dragging Virgil away from his corner. And Jekyll's yet again pleading with the official to do something about Mike Rayne. Coming in from behind, coming in without a tag. I'm not even sure a tag was made right there. And Virgil just ate a turnbuckle. Forearm to the face sends Virgil down to the canvas. peeled up again. Mike Rayne sends him into the corner. Misses with a splash. Virgil with a drop kick sends him to the corner. Mike Rayne is down, Virgil is down, and Virgil has to make the tag to Jekyll's the Jester. Once again, this crowd trying to will Virgil. There's the tag. Here comes Jekyll's. And Kenny K is not laughing now. Clothesline, back elbow, ducks one, forearm to the face, a straitjacket neck breaker, and a huge senton off the ropes. This could be it. There's two, and Mike Rayne with a drop kick, interrupting the 3 count. Mike Rayne now stomping away at Jekyll's. Virgil, the somersault kick. Caught the temple of Mike Rayne, who got rocked and is now reeling in the corner, but from behind, Kenny K capitalizing on Virgil Flynn. Got him up, Fireman's carry into a backbreaker. Mike Rayne missing at the clothesline. Jekyll's now. Atomic drop. And now he's using Mike Rayne as a dummy. Another belly-to-back pickup and a suplex. Jekyll's now sizing up Mike Rayne. Could be going for the joke slam. Wait a minute, there's a roll-up. 1. Mike Rayne's helping him. There's 3. Referee didn't see Mike Rayne applying additional pressure. Kenny K and the California Black Sheep, Mike Rayne, victorious again, thanks to underhanded tactics. Mike Rayne putting his entire body weight on top of the cover. The referee was looking at the shoulders, didn't see Mike Rayne. And Mike Rayne and Kenny K walk out with the victory, by hook or by crook. Jekyll's making sure Virgil's okay. Sign of respect. These two accomplished veterans showing each other the respect they deserve. But when you're looking at the record books, this is going down as a W for Mike Rayne and Kenny K, who now have even more momentum going into Best of the West's biggest show of all time, the 2-year anniversary pay-per-view on Saturday, March 17th, Fresno City College. This is AJ Kirsch saying good night from Best of the West Ignition.